University. Hi there, friends. It's Pete the Penguin here again. And today we're going on a frosty adventure to learn all about one of the coolest animals in the Arctic, the polar bear. Are you ready? Let's dive right in. Polar bears are the largest land carnivores in the world. Did you know that a full-grown male polar bear can weigh as much as 1,500 pounds? That's as heavy as a small car. Females are a bit smaller, usually weighing around 550 pounds. Polar bears live in the Arctic, which includes parts of Canada, Alaska, Greenland, Norway, and Russia. They spend most of their time on the sea ice, hunting for their favorite food, seals. Now, let's talk about what makes polar bears such great hunters. Polar bears have an incredible sense of smell. They can sniff out a seal from almost a mile away and even detect one that's hiding under several feet of snow. Polar bears are excellent swimmers, too. They can swim for long distances, sometimes over 60 miles at a time, to find food or new ice to live on. Their large front paws help them paddle through the icy water, and their thick layer of blubber keeps them warm. Speaking of paws, let's take a closer look. Polar bears have huge paws, about the size of a dinner plate. Their paws help distribute their weight so they don't fall through the thin ice. They also have small bumps, called papillae, and sharp claws that give them a good grip on the slippery ice. Polar bear fur is fascinating. It looks white, but it's actually made up of transparent hollow hairs that reflect light, making it appear white. This helps them blend into their snowy surroundings. Underneath that fur, their skin is black, which helps them absorb and retain heat from the sun. In the winter, female polar bears dig dens in the snow where they give birth to their cubs. The cubs are tiny when they're born, weighing only about a pound. They stay in the den with their mom for a few months, drinking her milk and growing strong before they venture outside. Polar bear cubs stay with their mothers for about 2.5 years. During this time, the mother teaches them how to hunt and survive in the Arctic. It's a tough place to live, but polar bears are perfectly adapted to their environment. Now it's time for some fun facts about polar bears. Did you know that polar bears can run as fast as 25 miles per hour for short distances? They're not just great swimmers, they're speedy on land too. Here's another cool fact. Polar bears don't hibernate like some other bears do. Instead, they remain active throughout the winter, searching for food. However, pregnant females do hibernate to give birth to their cubs. Let's talk about the polar bear's life cycle. Polar bears can live up to 25 years in the wild. They spend their early years with their mother, learning important survival skills. As they grow older, they become more independent, eventually finding their own territory and mates. Unfortunately, polar bears are facing some big challenges. Climate change is causing the sea ice to melt earlier in the year and freeze later in the season. This makes it harder for polar bears to hunt for seals, and they have to swim longer distances to find food and ice to live on. But there's hope. People around the world are working to protect polar bears and their habitat. By reducing our carbon footprint and supporting conservation efforts, we can help ensure that polar bears continue to thrive in the Arctic. Thanks for joining me on this chilly adventure to learn about polar bears. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Remember, every little action we take can make a big difference for our polar bear friends. See you next time for another exciting animal adventure.
Subscribe for more videos!